17 of the NFL. And we'll see Christian Kirk. He's been torching secondaries all season, now closing in on 1,200 yards. It's the Texans and the Jaguars, next on Madden Football.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year in 2019, and that's Ryan Tannehill.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Tannehill to the air right off the bat. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
First carry for Raheem Mostert to about the 40-yard line. These two teams, they met earlier in the year in Jacksonville with the Jags coming out on top. So a win here in Houston would give them the season sweep. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Tannehill. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Going up top for Miller. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Texans will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. It's Teddy Bridgewater.
A Pro Bowl quarterback early in his career at Minnesota before a horrific knee injury slowed down his progress. He's a more than capable quarterback and makes the most of his opportunities when he's a starter in the NFL.
First down, Bridgewater. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. The Texans at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Going right back to Gallaudet. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the one. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and goal at the 1. Bridgewater with a keeper. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville get on offense for the second time here in this game. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Eluding the pressure right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Going deep this time for Miller. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles. And it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulled out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now here's another carry for Harris. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Play action now. Bridgewater. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he's got it. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. On the sneak, it's Bridgewater. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Bridgewater with a keeper. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Teddy Bridgewater with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. On 1st down, Tannehill. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And now out comes Houston. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw taken in by Miller. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. A handoff running left is Mostert.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Third and 2, Tannehill. Open man is Miller. He's got it.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Tannehill.
Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Tannehill now to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's Tannehill. Touchdown, Jaguars! Mercedes Lewis, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. That's caught by Galladay. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Play fake, Bridgewater. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time. On the sneak, it's Bridgewater. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Teddy Bridgewater on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressive offensively they want to play this.
I think what might just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's a busy Week 17 of the regular season, so let's get right to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. 2 touchdown passes there for Marcus Mariota. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Devontae Smith, a touchdown reception. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. These two clubs running through their final halftime adjustments. It's just about time to get back at it. And for the call of the second half, we go back out to Houston, H-Town, and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3, fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Now a first down carry for Harris. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
They run again with Harris. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Harris running straight ahead.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
They hand this off to Harris, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Throwing is Bridgewater. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Kenny Galladay.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Tannehill. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Agnew now to return. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Offense returns to the field. There's the running back to bruiser from Alabama, Damian Harris.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself, at this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
72 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
On the give, this is Harris. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 2nd down, this is Harris. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On play action, it's Bridgewater.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And after the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And As you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air.
Back now in Houston. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On 2nd and 9, Tannehill. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Tannehill on 3rd down. And able to connect with Berrios. Touchdown, Jaguars. Braxton Berrios, 46 yards. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Tannehill looking to throw. And it's incomplete. But a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans hands team recovers. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this is caught. Touchdown. Kenny Galladay with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Santos now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Got a man as Barrios complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Holding offense.
So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And he completes it to Barrios. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Tannehill.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones, 59 yards.
And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
On the ground, it's Harris. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And they're going to speed things up here.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
It's a room to maneuver. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll run with Harris.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll give to Harris. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run with Harris. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Damian Harris with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And now out come the Jags.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw, Tannehill. And he completes it to Cullen. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Tannehill's throw taken in by Miller.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Throwing again is Tannehill. That's to the sideline and complete. A nifty job to make the catch, but the throw took him right out of bounds.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Here's Tannehill. And he'll complete this one to Berrios.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Tannehill down to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it.
And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. One last throw here for Tannehill.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but it's fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd have to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Texans,
they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now.